Now, if you wondered why my haircut is so shit, because I got a haircut, I thought if I had it shortened, it would look better. Now, this was not in my mind, and this is not what the video is about, so I'm not gonna dwell on it. But this is just damage control, okay? It's far worse. It's like I mean, mine always sucked. I'm not gonna defend, so whatever. So the idea that I have of why we're all so fucking depressed, I think it makes sense. We're all depressed because I'll get to that, but I would say that I'm an intelligent person, but I am not well spoken, so take some wrong turns or ramble. But I think there is some value if you're around my age, which is, I would say, 16 to 22. If you're a teenager, I think thinking like this, it will change your mind. And um, when that switch in my mind ticked, I was like, yeah, you know what? This is normal. I am not a dysfunctional person. This is just normal. First of all, COVID, right, sucks, so that also in mind. So, why you're so fucking depressed is because of your parents, right? Again, until age 18, you are not your own person. As even if you would like to believe you're not a free person, you're constantly in. As the word isn't inspired. Fuck, forgot the word, but you know, you're probably pretty much under your parents, and you're not free. You're not free to be your own person, so you're influenced by your parents a lot. So I would consider when you hit 18, just like to be like age 0 or 1. That's when your life starts in a way. So if you think like that, you won't feel like you're so far behind in life. So okay, so let's get this solidified. Until you're 18, you're just a fucking nobody. You're just taking shit. You have to do what they say and you can't be free. Okay, cool. We got that. So which means that, well, you did not have any say over your mental health or whatever. And simply the fact is, your parents failed you. I'm sorry. This is just the truth. Don't hate your parents, but if you're 18 or if you're 16 and you're fucking sad and so lonely and can't fucking you're not a good dysfunctional person, well, that's just your parents' fault, you know? If you had good parents, you would have known how to socialize and be a confident, nice, loving person who would have felt loved when they were a kid, but people like us, well, they got the shit end of the stick. I just think people like us is majority of the people. Now I would assume that it's a privilege to have nice parents, a nice loving home, financial security. I mean, I always said love's a privilege, and not I'm one of those fucking starved kids. But oddly enough, those starved kids in Africa have guts. They say it's 'cause they eat rocks, but that's like too good of a fucking story to believe, right? I mean, I don't know. I mean, it makes sense, but whatever. It doesn't matter. So just have to realize the fact that your parents failed you, and that's okay. So once you realize that, and you're like, I'm 20, right? So that's 2 years. I had 2 years to figure out my mental health, who I was, my confidence, my looks. You can see I'm not there. But if you just realize that, it all just feels less painful, less just doesn't feel as bad, is it? It's like 18 years I was a fucking vessel for my parents. I was a guinea pig for my parents, and they fucking failed on raising a person. But now I am on my own. So I was not loved. I did not learn how to be, I guess in my case, just a nice, functional person who has a good self-image. So now once you realize that, you just have to realize the fact that you have to do this on your own. Now, some people have friends who will, I guess, help them, but I don't. I literally had zero help in my life. Okay, that was a lie, but never once in my life, and I don't think I am exaggerating here. That once in my life, in my darkest hours, has anyone ever been there for me. In fact, if you've lived long enough, or just, to be honest, lived, you would know that in your darkest hour, that's when people won't be there when you need them the most. Now, sounds sad, but that's reality, and you gotta be tough, and if you can face with the reality and be strong, well, you can overcome pretty much anything once you're mentally strong. It's not the physical, as a human, that's the issue. It's the mental strength that gets you far. It's the mental strength that, I don't know, can defeat boars or something. I don't fucking know. You're not gonna be the strongest guy in the world and defeat a fucking boar. The one that's gonna win the fight is gonna be the autistic fucking kid just practicing his kicks and punches for hours on end. You know, in this world, intelligence is the greatest indicator of success. So that was a bit of a ramble, but again, so once you realize the fact that, oh fuck, I am not a nice person, I am fucked in the head, you have to take measures to undo the damage and then become a better person than, I guess, who you were. And becoming a better person also means becoming a new person, because your old self-image is is a fucking loser. Is a loser, you know? My self-image for my whole life was a loser kid who never got anything he wanted, who did not have friends or any girls or anything. And well, reality still seems to be that, but my self-image has changed. Now I am fine with that fact, and I don't feel like I am desperate for those things, so I am okay with it. And well, when you hear me talk, I don't sound or look desperate. I just look like a fucking bomb went off here. um, yeah. So once you realize those facts, it just the pain isn't that great, and you have to realize a lot of people are going through this loneliness or whatever. Our world is connected, but yet we're so far apart. We're just we're just in these chat rooms. We're just locked inside these chat rooms. Well, we have four limbs now. You may not have one of those, or you may be Paralympic, but I'm talking the average person here. We can walk, we can fucking run, and all those things. We're physically capable of a lot, yet, I mean, look around me. It's just, this is what my life is just, this is where my life is. This is my whole world for now. Again, for now being the key word, and I am like in my cocoon right now. Okay, it's self-work, working on myself, stuff like that, and that's okay. Now, also, you have to realize the fact that once you're 18 or 20, you're not gonna get fucking old. Okay. Here's the thing, if I take care of myself, I'm probably not gonna look much different from this when I'm 27. Now, I'll probably look better because I'm taking conscious efforts to look better, but I don't think I'll look any worse, and so it's not that bad. You have to realize that getting old isn't actually that bad, and so like now it's like, okay, cool, okay, maybe you might be 19 or 17, or you'll be like, okay, cool, it's not actually that bad. We're not on a fucking like horse race where every second counts. Well, I would not advise you to waste days or hours. It's fine. You're not, just don't waste your whole life. And the way that you're not gonna waste your whole life is to just notice these things that inhibit you or keep you from doing stuff. And I'm reading this book about self-image, and when it says that once you, I guess, are okay with your self-image, once you are who you want to be, it makes you kind of free. That's the idea of Tyler Durden, and that's why I work out and stuff. It's just the idea of guy hunchback on a chair telling you, no, I'm free in all the ways you're not. I look like you wanna look, I fuck like you wanna fuck, and I'm free in all the ways you're not. Stuff like that. It's just, it's what everyone wants. Everyone wants that ideal person in their head who who they see themselves as is to be them, I believe, and then you can truly be free. Once you're truly comfortable with yourself, then you can show the world who you truly are. And I'm currently working on that. You know, just literally exercising like 6 days a week now, but though there's 7, but I think that's a bit too much. Anyway, it's kind of rambling. So, but I think that's kind of my point. Again, these are just, this is not it's not a, it's not organized. It's not, this is not like a book chapter where I just give you the information and it's like, oh yeah, it makes sense. But I hope just if you can look at things this way and it's not over, it's just started. You just started life. You know, choose life, like in Train Spotting, but don't do drugs. I would recommend against it. I would just tell you that your parents fucking failed you. And here's the thing, it's, I don't think it's a good thing to blame your parents, but here's the thing, if you can be like, hey, I was this way because I was not raised to be a fucking great person of worth and value, or I was just not socialized good enough, blah blah blah. Again, it might not be your parents' fault, but if you just think of it that way, it's just like, if you don't blame yourself, you're not like, hey, I haven't even tried to be a good person. I haven't even tried to be a functional person who can be happy one day. And you know, once you're like, oh wait, I haven't tried this shit. I haven't tried this life shit yet. It was like, you know what? You just feel like, you know what? I want to give this a go. And you know, what do you need to do that? Well, it's up to you. In my case, I just knew that I just wanted, I just want to have a better body and look better and stuff like that, and then I can truly be me. And you know, cause I make music and I want to be a fucking rock star, man. And what kind of rock star is fucking fat? I want to be on stage one day and look like a god. Now, you can be like, oh, you can look like a god on your way there, but it just doesn't work like that. I just feel like I had to get my looks kind of there to feel like that person. I kind of feel halfway there, but I know I am not 100% there. But you know, I am working towards it, and I'm seeing progress. And you know, I haven't even bought clothes in, I don't know, like 4, 5, 6 months. I'm literally wearing the same shit every day, and it's kind of embarrassing. You know, it's like I go outside, I see people, and I know they're like, "Oh, you wear the same thing every day." But you know, I was like, you know what? Fucking sacrifice. I was like, yeah, I'm gonna go on a bulk. I'm gonna get fat. I'm gonna look like shit. But at least what happened was now I don't have the image of a skinny fucking loser in my head. Now I know that I am not weak. I am one of the strong bunch who can take the world by its balls and carry anything on my shoulders. That's why I have these shoulders, so I can carry the weight and the pain. And I overcame it. I overcame the pain and all the shit that life threw at me. Now I am not, definitely not in a good place, but my head is. I am not where I want to be, but that's okay. And I can gladly say that I've overcame what fucking life threw at me. It was just through personal and reflection and reading books and just sources and I don't know, some YouTube videos as well. Just kind of embarrassing to say, but yeah, I don't know how to wrap this up. I guess I'll just end it.